everybody. Welcome to another episode of Adjusting Success. I'm Dr. Enrico D, and I'm here each and every week on Adjusting Success. This week, you're tuning in live for the Marketing 2025 calendar. This isn't interactive live for a reason. It's so that you can ask questions as we go along, and I'm just making sure we are uploaded in the Marketing 101 Facebook group. If you're not part of that group, I highly suggest being in it. Yeah, we're in. So great. So now you guys can ask questions live on YouTube, Marketing 101 Facebook group. Follow me on LinkedIn or Facebook as well. You'll see me there as well. And just ask questions. It pops up right here in the comments. And we'll get started. We'll wait a couple seconds for everyone to kind of log in if they truly want to catch us live. These videos are always saved on the YouTube channel. You can watch them at any time. But things like this, you want to be on here live asking questions about anything marketing and growing and scaling your practice. It can be any types of questions. But today we're going to focus on the value and importance of planning your entire marketing calendar. We do this in November just because we want to try and stay ahead of the game. It's never too late to do it. You can do it now. You can do it in January. It's better to do it before the year rolls over so that way you're planned. This is going to give you a healthy guidance to what to do next year. And this is what, after 17 years of practice, being to multiple coaching groups, talking to multiple successful business owners across all different industries, but mainly in chiropractic, learning after almost 2 decades why the winners are winners. And we call them winners because they run healthy, profitable businesses. That's really it when it comes to chiropractic. I think many of us are successful just naturally by being charismatic and running a good business and giving good service, which is always the fundamental rules to running any type of healthy business. But the ones that are highly profitable, that's what and actually make money, is what we all kind of secretly are aiming for, whether you want to admit it or not. We all want to do that. We're philanthropic being chiropractors, but to make more than $60,000 a year is a good thing. And that's what we want to be here. And these are the rules that they follow. And we're going to talk today about marketing. So when you plan your 2025 calendar, I like getting one of those big wall calendars. They usually have it by quarter, or they'll be, January, February, March, April, and then whatever. But it's all quartered out for you. I love that one. That one's the best one, where it has 4 rows. You have Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. And in there, you set up some certain rules to be successful in your marketing. And what you do is very simple things. One is internal, dividing it into 3 types of marketing. So there's 3 types of marketing that you do: internal marketing, external marketing, and digital print, or whatever. You used to do mailers or print or postcards. Those count as that as well. So we're going to be planning out our 2025 marketing, and it goes by these simple rules: internal, external, and digital. You're going to write those 3 things down, and then you're going to plan quarterly how you're going to cycle through external, internal, and digital marketing to plan out your entire year for success, growth, and constant referral and stimulation of new patients in and all the time. Internal marketing is where we should all start off from. Some of you do it, some of you barely do it, and some of you just don't do it at all. You don't do any internal marketing, but I think passively we all do it. Internal marketing can be internal promotions, highlighting the nutrition in the office, having supplements, doing workshops, having events. What else can we do internally? Patient Appreciation Day, whatever it is, internal events. That only you would know if you entered the business and were in there and were part of the club. Coffee shops, loyalty programs, buy 5 coffees, get the 6th one free. That type of stuff inside is what we call internal marketing. So for you to focus in 2025, first off, you got to pick things that you're actually going to do. Second off, things that you would like to do, that you would enjoy doing things just because you heard it on Adjusting Success or at a coaching seminar may not be the best fit for you. So make sure you resonate with what you do. And number 3, things that are productive rather than just active. So the first thing you want to do is have something continuous. We like to call it always have something to invite people to. It's just a continuous thing that they're always invited to come to. Whether they like it or not, it can be held on the first Friday of every month. It can be held on the second Wednesday of every month. It can be held on the 15th of every month. Dates usually don't always work because they can land on a Sunday, yada, yada, yada. You get the point. So you want these to be tailored to the type of practice that you run. Some of you don't even know you run a type of niche practice. Some of you run very generic practices in chiropractic where you just help everyone. So you got pain, you come on in. Those are the most common practices. You really don't have an identity. You just mainly see adults that are in pain, and you may take insurance. These are the typical ones. They mainly take insurance. They might be with Medicare. That's fine. There's no rights or wrongs, but knowing your demographic plays a big role in internal marketing. No point running one of those generic practices and then having a balloon, a clown coming in with balloons and stuff for that type of a practice. That's more of a pediatric type practice. So knowing your demographic, knowing your niche is internal. So always having something to invite people to can be as intricate as a pediatric practice, always hosting a mom's night every single month. So the second to mom meetup, that's what Dr. Crystal does in her office. Every month, mom meetup. It's continuous. It's always the first or second Tuesday of every month. It's a few hours over lunchtime. Makes sense. Moms, with their babies, they can come on in, safe space, have things to do, have things that they want to listen to, free Pathway magazines, whatever it is. She keeps them engaged. Clothing swaps, just different ideas each and every month, but the theme is the same. So you're keeping your demographic engaged. They have something that they look forward to. I've heard successful ones, book clubs. Pathway Magazines has a great idea where you just review the magazine each month. These are more pediatric ideas for family practices. I know some guys that run Donuts and Dads on Fridays, every first Friday of every month. Grab some donuts, bring them to the office. There's coffee donuts for dads. They come around, guys hang out, talk about it. Your office can be the spot. This could be at the donut shop or at the coffee shop. It can be external or internal, but the only way to know it is to be internal to the office. So always having something to invite people to is internally marketed. It's in your email, it's in your newsletters, it's constantly talked about, it's on your social media, it's a reoccurring event. This one takes patience and consistency, but builds the utmost and ultimate value in your community once you find that one thing that people enjoy doing. I find that you have to enjoy doing it, number one, but people have to enjoy it too. It has to be something they actually care about. There was champagne book clubs. So if you're in a metropolis area and your demographic is, the income that you're going for, married, the people who have kids, they're into champagne. I mean, if you're in Utah, probably don't do alcohol, type stuff like that. You got to know your demographic. And then the books. What are you truly reviewing? Are you reviewing books that are actually worthwhile reading? Are they always health-minded? Are they not health-minded, or are they just books? Whatever it is, you need to find what your niche and your demographics actually doing and what they enjoy. So guys, some of them like the golf, some of them don't. Some of them like bourbon, some of them don't. Some of them like cigars, some of them don't. Whatever. It doesn't work for everyone. And believe it or not, all your patients are not hippie, super healthy people. They do enjoy going for pizza. They do enjoy other things as well. So you have to understand your demographic. And just because you're a chiropractor and you eat organic and you do all the right stuff doesn't mean that all your patients do this too. So understanding your demographic plays the biggest role. Internal events can then be workshops, seminars, get-togethers, toy drive. Right now we're doing Toys for Tots. All these types of events are always rolling all the time, so that two things happen when you do this consistently and you always have events, is that people are engaged and looking at your posts on social media, actually care about the things that you post because they're waiting for the next thing. They have fear of missing out. You're creating FOMO for these events because they come out once a month. They're rare. They don't want to miss. They don't want to miss it. They want to show up to the next one, and it's consistency over time. So they open your emails. That's the big thing behind this, is that they're always engaged in your emails, open them up so that every time you give out some information or the next event, they stay on your subscriber list for a long period of time, or maybe never, ever unsubscribe. There's some stats that they're saying if you can keep people on a subscription list for a certain amount of time, for it's not that long, they're probably never going to unsubscribe, which is pretty cool. And it's months, not years. If you keep someone on a subscription list for like 7 months, I think it was, I got to look this up, or more, the chances of them unsubscribing drop significantly. So now you've got them for a long period of time, which is fantastic. So that's great stuff too. So that's internal marketing. I posted a bunch of slides in the Marketing 101 group last week, preemptively for this episode tonight. And you can go through that. I broke down some quarterly examples of what to do with internal events. You don't need to do all of them. You don't need to do things you don't like. But having internal events builds community. This is it. So once people are in, you've created this red velvet rope type of practice of getting people to become a patient in your office, having a system. Once they're in, what's the greatness of being part of this club? What's the point of keeping the Costco membership card? What's the point of being a Starbucks app person? What's the point of it? What keeps me engaged in keeping this membership? Starbucks app is free. Costco membership is not. How do we keep these people engaged? Your membership could be free in your practice, which it is. Free to come on in. As soon as you become a patient, you're part of this free membership. You're part of the family, right? Or you could have a charged membership, whatever. This is a different level stuff. But we create this engagement into our practice. And then what's the benefit of being here? Yes, exceptional coffee, exceptional products at Costco, exceptional chiropractic care. We expect that. If any of that ever wavers and the coffee becomes poor or sucks or is too bitter and it changes, they'll lose a lot of their customers. If the products at Costco start to suck and are cheap and fall apart and are overpriced, they're going to start losing their customers. And if the chiropractic service starts to decrease or change or becomes crappier, they'll lose those customers as well. We understand those basics. But what keeps people engaged and makes it fun to bring them in? That's the internal event. And I'm a big fan of always have something to invite people to, and seminars or workshops, internal things. Sometimes you have 3 people that show up to a workshop. Sometimes you have 39 people that show up to a workshop. Either way, they're wins because they're highly engaged people who will refer and probably become clients at a higher rate. That's the internal workshop. Questions about internal marketing, since we're here so far on that. I'm going to open up these slides too that I sent out to everyone so I stay on track because they were good. Great. That's external and then internal. Any questions about internal marketing? So in those slides, you can find them in the Marketing 101 group, or I can send them to you. DM me. I can send them to you. We had an internal example for Q1, January, February, March. Internal marketing. New year, new you. Health workshop. The workshop can be virtual. It can be pre-recorded like this where you save it and send it out in an email with a link. They can watch it anytime. That's fantastic. Or you can have a live event in the office. Then you can have a patient referral contest, get referrals for anything in the office. It doesn't have to be for chiropractic care, win massage or red light sessions or whatever you do in your office. February, you can have a Valentine's Day family adjustment special or a couples adjustment special. It's also Heart Health Awareness Month, so focus on how chiropractic helps with cardiovascular health. This would be a great time to shoot vlogs and blogs on cardiovascular health. And then March, Spring into Health Challenge. Encourage patients to bring in a friend or refer for evaluation. You can have an open house. Springtime is a good time for open houses. Offer free spine checks and mini health consultations for free or virtual consults. Those are all just simple internal marketing ideas just for Q1. And then if you follow the slides, we have Q2, Q3, Q4 examples for you. Have fun with this. Make it yours. Know your ideal client. Know your unique selling proposition. These are things we just keep repeating over and over in marketing, but they're really important to know. If you can answer those questions simply, because they're just so clear cut in your business, marketing becomes very simple. If you can't understand the unique selling proposition your business offers to the community, and you don't know who your ideal client is definitively and clearly, then marketing becomes muffled. Muffled marketing is very expensive because then you just have to keep testing. And unfortunately, when you keep testing, it costs a lot of money to do that. So don't do that. Let's get into external marketing. what's some great external marketing that actually works? Remember, you might be old enough in practice to remember screenings. You may actually still do screenings, spinal screenings at health fairs, community fairs, expos, in front of Walmart. I heard people were doing this for years. Can be very beneficial, but what we've seen overall across the profession, especially the next generation of chiropractors, is they don't want anything to do with this. And two, I think people in general are so, and COVID changed things too, are so over marketed to. We don't want to stop at booths anymore, and it feels kind of salesy to do that. But what if you teamed up with businesses that wanted you in their business to do stuff like this? It can be very valuable, like partnering with local gyms or fitness centers for health fair workshops, or just having, fitness Thursdays where the chiropractor sets up a table there. You can set an associate, or it could be you on one of your mornings that you actually don't have the clinic open. You end up going to the local gym. You make a team up with the business owner there, and you have a table where you highlight your stuff, but you do something for them for free there as well. I would do adjustments or treatments or of any kind at a gym, but you could do something for them. At gyms, fantastic things is bringing the tools that you use to help with sports injury. You can bring cold laser, you can bring Graston tool, you can do active release with your hands, myofascial therapy, you can bring some biofreeze. So many different examples that actually work and engage them. So if they have tendonitis or sore shoulder, immediately you can show them within 60 seconds that what the treatment looks like, how you bring blood flow to the area, how you remove fibrotic tissue from an area, and how you can actually manipulate the joints to help restore proper function and movement. Within 60 seconds, you can grab these people, have an offer if they sign up right there, give them their email, and make everyone sign the email list so you capture their information and enter them into a raffle to win, fill in the blank, whatever it is, free massage at the office, whatever it is, a gift basket. You bring the gift basket, leave it there, and show what they can win, and you pick a winner every month or whatever it is. Just to engage and build your email list. You can sponsor a booth at a community event like a farmer's market or a wellness expo and do it there. Free posture screenings. You can build your own event and host vendors in your own space or outside where you can do the exact same thing. So those are external marketing events where you're out into the community and do something. Some really savvy ways I've seen other chiropractors, and we did this, and we were very consistent for about 18 straight months, and then it fell off the wayside. One, because I just quit. Shouldn't have. Was every week, every Friday, we went and sponsored a local business. And during COVID, this was absolutely amazing. Businesses were falling left, right, and center. And you'd go into the coffee shop, the pizza joint, the submarine place, say, hey, I want to buy $100 worth of whatever, gift cards or sandwiches or pizzas. And the first people that come in on a slow day during the week, you give it to them. And this went really well. We bought coffees like for Thursday mornings, or pizzas for Wednesday nights, subs for Tuesday at lunch. I picked their slow days, and we would use our social media to engage our audience to go out and say, hey, Dr. D at Full Life Chiropractic has just bought $100 worth of pizzas. All you have to do is show up at 5 p.m. or after until supplies last, and Steve will give you some pizza tonight on FLC. Well, that was a huge hit. Steve was appreciative, and it went well beyond the $100. And Steve was like, I just kept giving them 10% off their orders for the rest of the night. And the first few people got free pizzas because people made the effort to go and make a call. And they're like, hey, you still got the discount? I was like, oh man, that sold out really quick, but I'll still offer you an FLC 10% discount. So he made it up. And we kept this going with pizzas. We'd rotate every time we couldn't think of a place. We'd go back to the pizza place because it worked really well. We had a coffee shop. We said, here's what's $100. That's 20 gift cards for $5 coffees. Give them out to the first 20 people that come out. That was a huge hit. And you just kept cycling. You had muffins and the bagel shop and this place and the hair salon and the whatever, all these services. That the constant giving back to the community was a huge hit, and is. If you just, and again, this one is consistency out there. So do that one. Now, that's external marketing for the first quarter examples. We can go through some more. If you have any questions, just intercept here and I'll answer them for you. But Facebook and Google strategies should mimic the efforts that you're putting in internally and externally in your marketing. And it should create this brand awareness over time. And each quarter, it kind of shifts into the new theme that you're following each and every time. The theme is always chiropractic in your office, but springtime, new year, new you. The Google and Facebook ad strategy for this would be, Google ads. You would just target keywords like chiropractor near me, winter wellness tips, chiropractic for weight loss, as these keywords to try and get the people that are looking for things like weight loss to your office for chiropractic. Now, if you don't do that, That's fine. But these are how you can overlap things. And same thing with the benevolence campaign, where you're always doing something every Friday for local community. It's you start tagging them, and these business owners are like, hey, thanks for helping us out. Really appreciate that. You're like, great. If you could do me a little favor, I'm posting this on my website saying that your pizza place is the place to get best pizza. Can you post on your website about us being a great place to get chiropractic care? And what ended up happening with a couple businesses was this cross-reference of like pizza chiropractic for a while, where people were legitimately looking for pizza, and we were popping up. They're like, why is a chiropractor popping up for this? And you're screwing up the matrix in Google with local, because you're geotagging such a close radius around your office that it actually made you more searchable for more keywords that you didn't have to pay for. Like you would never pay for pizza as a chiropractor as a Google search term, but it automatically puts you higher up on the list. It'd be a pizza joint, your chiropractic office, pizza joint. It'd be weird that you were just starting to go in there. And if by chance people were clicking on that, you're really messing up with Google here. They're like, what the heck is going on? This guy's showing up for multiple hits, or this gal. So it's a great idea to team up and get your website URL, the main one, the main domain, backlinked to as many other websites as you possibly can. We use directories to cheat the system, like Yelp, Healthgrades, WebMD, and you're on probably hundreds of these. But once you start getting local other businesses backlinking your URL on their site, like local businesses we team up with, our local network, our referral partners, whatever page that you have, once you start doing this, now you've created this whole matrix of keywords. Facebook ads, you want to create campaigns around the New Year's specials that you're doing or Valentine's Day offers, and use testimonials during this time, based videos, before and after stories for engagement across all your platforms. It's the time of the year of the new year, new you. You can use testimonials, even if they're older testimonials. Any videos that you have are fantastic to post on your social media during this time. Getting the drift of how to do this marketing thing, internal, external, and digital. And then you flip across to quarter two, and you continue this entire cycle. So the rule is 2 internal events. This is like pinnacle marketing. 2 internal events, 2 external events each and every month, with your digital plan quarterly and your Google plan quarterly, so that you're not always doing this all the time. It's a lot. It's hard to do 24 internal and 24 external events. I think it's hard to do and organize 24 internal events a year. I found that over the years to be difficult, but that's it. You do this, and you've got yourself a winning practice for sure. Internal, external, depending on the connections you've made on the community and the events in your community, it can be a little bit easier to partake in 2 external events. Now, external events can be anything. If you have a monthly marketing or networking thing that you do, some of you are part of weekly networking things. That does count as 4 external events that you do each and every month. You're pretty much maximizing that time. However, your influence is going to be very small, very narrow, because you're going to the same networking group each and every week, BNI, whatever it is, each and every week at the exact same time in front of the exact same 12 to 20 people. So that becomes little, but you're building relationships with these people over time. They become very strong referrals for your office. Hopefully you're part of a good group for that. That counts as your external. So you might not do anything else except your weekly 50, external marketing things as the year, that counts. That absolutely counts. If you're a solo provider and you like your networking and you're part of a healthy networking group, nothing wrong with networking. But you can see how it becomes very minuscule. But the time that you're investing in each and every member in that group can come back and reciprocate many referrals to you for your business later. So I'm not against these groups. I just find the time consumption on networking can either make or break your marketing endeavors or your business growth um, goals. Make sense? The internal stuff is where you just need to plan and stay consistent. It can ebb and flow depending on what's happening during the time of the year, the amount of attraction you can get to your office, and the things that you do. So we do two big things every year, and they count as internal marketing, that things people want to come to that create FOMO. One is the Kids Day that we do, big bash, vendors, food trucks, fire trucks, canine unit, bouncy castles. We do the whole shebang. We used to spend a little bit of money on it. We now break even or make money on it, a couple $100. Not a big deal. It's not about making money, but because we have enough vendors that are into it and we create sponsorships, we have a bronze, gold, and platinum sponsor. One platinum sponsor, two golds, and as many bronze as we want. And we just put them on the website as we're revving up things for this. And it's $50 to be that, or $50 to be a vendor, $100 to be a bronze sponsor, $500 to be a gold, and then $1,000 to be a platinum. And the thing costs out of pocket total to run this whole thing with the bouncy castles and everything costs us about $1,800, and ad spend costs us, under $3K. But one platinum sponsor, a couple gold, it pays for it. Plus the vendors, you can throw these things off, but it takes a couple of years to build that community trust where people are like, oh, Kids Day, I got to be part of that. I missed it the last 2 years. I got to be part of that. So we sell 2,000 tickets to this thing. So it's great. And it just keeps growing each and every year. So that's amazing. And then we have Ladies Night. Those are the two. I've tried a lot of things, tried a lot of little things. Those are the two that attract our ideal clients, families for Kids Day, make sense, and moms for the Ladies Night. It makes sense, and they like to bring friends. It's just a matter of the vendors and the quality and the team participation in this, having, champagne, having chocolates, having wine tasting, having like things that are actually fun to go to, and a couple vendors that are actually hits, usually a boutique type clothing person. The jewelers are hit and miss, or some type of craft that they can all do, Christmas craft or something like that, picture frame, whatever. Those are the hits for that. Just some ideas if you want to do that. If you need more, contact me personally, and I'd be more than happy to share with you. And there's other chiropractors that do this even better. I'll probably just get you hooked up with them, talk to them on Facebook Messenger, and they'll be more than happy to share their successes on how they run those things. So that's it. Internal workshops are not dead. You have to build a voice. And I think where over 50% of us are failing is we don't have that amplification voice. Social media is the megaphone tool. However, it has this little dial on it where it's like mute 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way to 10. And 10 is where you're just screaming through this thing and everyone's hearing you, right? People are forgetting about the little lever there. It's stuck on mute when you get the machine. And when you open up a new social media profile on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, wherever it is, it's on mute because you're new. The algorithm doesn't even know you're there. It's not displaying it to anyone. You need to start creating content, getting followers, getting links, getting clicks, getting views. That stuff takes time. For those of you that have had your social media for a long time, you have it on dial 1 through 9, depending on how active you've been. And believe it or not, most chiros I work with are at a 1 because they have it, but they're not regular. They don't get much engagement. They don't post videos. There's no one really viewing their stuff, and it doesn't go anywhere. That's the 1. That's where we get frustrated from. But social media is the way to have the megaphone go like that. I've seen chiros post just one odd video. They've been consistent. They've been doing the same type of videos, informative videos all the time. And they get 3 viewers, 1 like, no comments all the time. And then there's this one video that just hit a topic or something well, or the graphics were great. And it gets thousands of views, lots of comments, lots of likes, and lots of shares. And they're like, what the heck? Why can't it instead, going viral? And what ended up happening was consistency. And for some reason, the same three people all liked it within that same 2 minutes that it was first posted. It caught the algorithm. It went into a reel and a story, and Facebook and Instagram took it off. And then a whole bunch of people started seeing it from all over the place, not just your community. So you got hundreds of views. That's what ends up happening with this stuff. And you don't have to replicate that outcome. You just have to be consistently consistent. That's how social media works the best. Questions about marketing? You have to be consistent moving into 2025. The big changes I see here is lots of opportunity with Facebook ads for two reasons. A lot of your competition across all industries is giving up on Facebook ads. You might be seeing this. There's people like, oh, the cost doesn't justify the means anymore. Aha, we knew this was going to happen. Here's your chance to stay on top of it, and you pretty much get to dictate the outcomes of it. Bad news about that, the cost has gone up. Not because, Facebook is increasing the cost of the ads. It's because it's just costing more to get your information out there and to reach the people, because there's a lot of other stuff on there too. That's 1, 2. So that's the two things you can do to be successful there. What else do we see? TikTok going to make some strides, not with ads. I don't think so, but TikTok is going to be such a strong, it is already, not going to be, it's going to be such a strong medium for your videos because it's a cross-platform setup, easily cross-posting from TikTok very easily. So all your videos, I always teach this, back them up, put them right on YouTube. I don't care if anyone sees it or not, because the MP4 is saved forever. Put it there, then put your videos to TikTok. Then you can use the exact TikTok video across Instagram, Facebook. Who cares about the watermark? Who cares about that? You have the organic video already on your YouTube with no watermark. It doesn't matter. Then you can use AI equipment to set clips of this. So if you shot a 15-minute video about leaky gut and how the brain connection and leaky gut is all there, and it's an informative thing, you put it into your software, your AI software, you say, make these clips between 30 and 60 seconds, or between 0 and 60 seconds. That way you can use them all for Instagram and Facebook, right? Because they're under 60 seconds. Or you make them between 0 and 3 minutes. Doesn't matter. You'll get a bunch of these at 45 seconds. You'll get some at a minute 45. You get some at 3 minutes. Doesn't matter. You get all of these clips. You save all of them, download them all, and you auto post them to your social media. And then you can cross post them and make reels. So you're spending time. How much time per month should you be spending on social media? It's quite a bit. We have our team on it. I get them to log and keep track, and it's too many hours on social media posting things, because we're creating our own content all the time. When you're solo, you have to use these tools to be successful. The AI, Opus AI, is a huge time saver. You use that one for videos because that's all you're going to do now. And I found that we're saving time the less we post graphics, the less we post pictures, because now we're going out to Canva, trying to make posts and pictures all the time. That consumes more time than video. So to create a picture, to show something that we're going to be doing in the office, or to teach something, it's almost quicker to just pick out your phone, shoot a video, and then clip it and post it right to social media. It's just almost faster to do it that way. And it's more engaging and more people watch it. So that's a great tip for 2025. Questions, I'll open up the mic for anyone, comment section, whatever you guys need, any questions you have about marketing whatsoever, let's do it. But the big point of this video is creating your 2025 marketing calendar. I hope you got a piece of paper out, you got your calendars out for 2025, you put down the rules, 2 internal, 2 external. You may or may not be able to create all that, but done is better than perfect. Make sure you do it and aim to do it. And if you didn't do any of this in 2024, it's nothing but win for 2025 if you even attempt this or try to do it, because you weren't doing anything before, and now you're going to do something. You're going to win. Make sense? Any questions? Got the comments open here, got the YouTube channel here, got the Marketing 101 group here. What else do we got? Let's check YouTube just in case. I think I get all the comments there. That's it? You guys got your plan? You gonna do it? Good. No questions anywhere. Good. I think we're good there. That's what you do. Plan it now. Have it ready. What are you going to do? January is 3 weeks away. What's your January marketing going to be? You should think about it. This is the busiest time. This is probably the worst time to run ads. This is the worst time of the year. You're competing with everybody else trying to make sales since Black Friday to the end of the year, pretty much till Christmas. You can turn them on the 27th. I think that's a great time to put them back on for the new year. And then January, as you know, is usually one of your best months of the year. That's where you want to double down. If you know you're going to win in blackjack on the next round, you finish the round, you're about to put your chips in for the next round of blackjack, and you know you're going to get 20 or 21 on the next round. Are you going to bet the same $20, or are you going to put down 40 or 400 or 4,000? Double down or 10x on this, because you know January is going to win. You know January is typically a better month for you. Why wouldn't you just do all of this right now, get it ready for January, and double down? Work hard in January so that February becomes a great record-breaking month for you. And then you start 2025 wonderfully. Wonderfully. It's not about calendar years, because that's not how business works. Business is ever going. It never ends. It's every single day, 365 days a year. So it doesn't work that way, but it's nice to start off fresh and do that. Double down on your strong months so that when you create that momentum, you can lean off the gas for momentum on marketing during your slow months and really double down internally on your slower months to retain patients and recall and keep them on board, so that all your work from January, February into a slower month doesn't actually go down. It just keeps going. At the very worst, it stays the same as your record months. And then when you hit the next busy season, you just grow. Then that's how you get those years of massive growth. You hear, how do these chiros 2x from the year before? It's this tenacious consistency that does it. And once you start making that money, and the overhead isn't going that much higher, because you don't need much more. For some of you, the biggest thing might be finding an associate and paying them to come on board. That's probably the most expensive thing. But now the win is you've got help, you've got another doctor, and another doctor can build a whole base of patients that they can take care of as well. So those aren't problems. They're growth and scaling ways of your business. And you got to think bigger to do that stuff. And it starts with marketing. The flow always starts with marketing. If you had a tight Q4, you're not the only one. A lot of people reporting Q4 was a little different this year than the last maybe 3 or 4. And they've been feeling it across. Some people didn't. Some people were like, hey, we had record months. And then other people were like, man, we're really feeling Q4 different. Yeah, it was a different feeling across the board business-wise. I think the election was weird. I think inflation caught up to people this year in general. And now, this time of the year, they're like, well, we're just going to save our money so we can have turkey and gifts for Christmas. I don't know what it is. I don't have an answer for you, but just a lot of the people I coach and I talk from across the country had that sentiment. They're like, man, this has been tough. I'm like, yeah, it feels like it's been a little bit tougher to retain, get people to sign care plan. Yeah, for sure. I think the overall sentiment, but the good news, it's turning. It's going to turn very quickly in the next year, especially when economic outlooks start to come out with the new turn of the government, all this other stuff. You're going to see more, what's the word I'm thinking of? Whatever. Trust in the economy moving forward. Got it? So things are looking on the up. You just have to be on top of it. Any questions, reach out to me anytime. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like it, share it, subscribe so that I know you guys are ingesting the content. And if you have any questions, reach out to me anytime. info@enricod.com. Directly email me. Find me on all my social handles. Message me there. Or go to www.enricod.com. And we have free stuff all over there as well for you. And if you need any help, I'd love to be the one that helps you. Have a great and healthy week. Questions? Nothing. Good. Okay. I didn't miss anyone's questions. Have a healthy week, everyone. Take care.